What's up, y'all? How's your butt? You need some ointment? I ain't got any. This piece is a truckload of I told you so. If you don't want to hear it, you might want to tune into something more fluffy like a speech from John Boner.
Pronounced Boehner, so.
It's spelled Boner.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
Okay, to those who are wondering why Obama won, I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing you ignored when he won the last time. He's a Hollywood marketed representative of the liberal idea when they downplayed Romney for being a salesman. Keep in mind, y'all, it wasn't really about Obama being a leader. It's about what he represented to his base. And I get sick of Republicans talking about us needing real leadership. I don't need a politician to lead me. I need representation in office to keep our freedom in check so we can remain free to lead our own pursuits. Anyway, liberals are very excited about their head representative. Democrats have their guy. The liberal culture has long cultivated this figure and has been ready to plant him into power. Can Republicans say that about the guy we ran? No. Republicans can't even get solid on what conservatism is, let alone run one to be excited about. Democrats were brain-flipping excited about their authentically liberal candidate. So much so that even after 4 years of failure, there was still enough of that excitement left over to get him elected for another term. I told y'all, it's not the nominee who will run against Obama. It's the culture we're up against. It doesn't matter who you would have run. Romney ground and pounded Obama's brain in the first debate to make a lasting impression. If Gingrich was the nominee, I would have probably offered to donate blood to Obama after Newt Gingrich got finished with him. But a victorious debate would not have secured the presidency for Gingrich either. I told you this during the primaries. Not Rick Santorum, not Rick Perry, and not Ron Paul. None of these figures, including Romney, is not who it took to win against Obama and his supporters. Obama represents the liberal culture. It's them we have to beat. We all understand that Obama was elected because he's black, right? But I told y'all years ago the significance of that back in the day. Many of y'all think that it was based mostly on white guilt. That's superficial. The strategy of the Democrats was to elect Obama and filter their socialist agenda through him. And if you challenge him on it, you would be seen as a racist. And the more you challenge him, the more public opinion would be raised against you. It was an obvious strategy the moment I heard he was running. I told you that back in the day. And what was your answer in 2008? To run the oldest, doughiest Republican runner who's not even really a conservative to run against this tall, elegant, and charismatic black man. What? Y'all didn't think Alan Keyes would have made a better president than Obama? And I don't think Republicans passed over Alan Keyes because they're racist, but because too many are really naive and do not really respect what conservatism is. Jump to 2012, y'all. We end up running the guy who stepped aside for McCain to run. Now, here's the part where those who stuck around to hear me say I told you so can really roll your eyes when I say you should have ran Cain. Oh, I'm sorry for bringing up the past, but as the saying goes, those who don't know history are doomed to have it sneak up behind them and beat them in the butt with a 9-iron. If race is such a driving factor with the Democrats, if we agree that the reason that Democrats wanted Barack Obama is because he's black, which we all see as the case, don't you think it might have been a good idea to run Herman Cain to blow a hole in their strategy? Not for the sake of saying, hey, look, here's our black guy against your black guy, but I'll remind you it's because the Democrats would have shown their true racist colors in a very hard to deny display. Colors that haven't been more vivid since Tom Wolfe introduced electric Kool-Aid. When all those racist attacks would have mounted against Herman Cain, all Republicans would have had to do was point them out, substantiating the case that all the institutionalized racism that Americans have been so angry about, from slavery to the KKK to Jim Crow, etc., has been Democrats. It would have opened the door for you to relate to them with conservative values. As many of y'all know, many blacks and Hispanics tend to have more conservative values, but they're not going to side with you because they don't want to be associated with a party who's perceived as racist white Republicans. You have to take that stigma off you and put it back on the real party of institutionalized racism. You're not going to win them all over, but you better believe that it would have been enough to tip it in Cain's favor to win us a conservative Republican president. That is the effect on the culture that was much needed. Am I wrong? Liberals are always making race an issue, right? That's their big gun, right? Yet when you had the opportunity to destroy their Death Star, instead of sitting in Landau Calrissian, you sit in C-3PO. Oh, and in case you forgot, Landau Calrissian is the one who destroyed the Death Star. You let liberals steal your weapons. You let them take out Herman Cain. Now, don't get me wrong. I defended Cain, but I draw the line on him having this relationship of 13 years that involved him giving some woman money without his wife knowing about it. But I ain't trying to let the do it if it feels good liberals pass judgment on Herman Cain and let them push me into giving up on the only candidate, I repeat, the only candidate that could have caused the culture shock to short-circuit Obama's reelection. What's wrong? Herman Cain wasn't sophisticated enough for y'all? I hear a lot of Republicans talk all the time about wanting them a down-to-earth, good old-fashioned, common-sense conservative. And yet when one shows up and doesn't sound like Policy Poindexter, you throw him under the bus. Oh, Herman Cain wasn't worthy because he hasn't held public office? Oh, is that what you want, Republicans? Somebody who's experienced at being a double-talking politician? Don't even give me some crap about they should have some public office experience. Sarah Palin was a mayor, a high-rated governor, and a successful businesswoman, and y'all look for every excuse to throw her under the bus. Nothing makes you people happy, and you end up with a candidate that is a dull representative of so-called conservatism to go up against a Democrat candidate who is a glowing representative of liberalism to his base. Y'all, this isn't about me crying over spilled milk. I'm trying to remind y'all that politics is downstream of the culture. And by running John McCain and then Mitt Romney against Obama shows that y'all either don't get that or you just refuse to. I'm AlfonZo Rachel with ZoNation, and I look forward to 2016 when the GOP really learns their lesson and shows that they're really ready to fight when they dig up Captain Kangaroo to run against Jay-Z. It's spelled boner.